Well, they need the Saints to lose some games. Otherwise, they're going to have to do it the hard way and go on the road in the wild card round. They need to make up ground. 2 games over the next 7 weeks on the Saints, which is not easy, but maybe it will be easier if Drew Brees is unable to play. And look, the Saints already had the game in hand against the 49ers when Drew Brees exited. And there's some, I don't know, is it his shoulder? Is it his rib? What's really the injury? The team officially says it's ribs. Brees says it's an accumulative thing. He's been limited in practice the past couple of weeks with a shoulder problem. I mean, it's all the same general area of the body. Where does the shoulder end and the ribs begin? The rib cage goes all the way up, Dr. Florio says. I'm not a doctor, but I do know the rib cage goes all the way up.
It does.
So, the bottom line is he wasn't able to go. And we know how Drew Brees is intense. He's a competitor. He's never going to give an inch. And if he can't go, he can't go. And Jameis Winston did, and now they've got to turn it around and get ready for the Falcons. And again, Drew was already limited in practice. I don't know that he's going to be ready for Sunday's game, and it's going to create a fascinating discussion as the week unfolds as to who the quarterback will be. But it was Jameis Winston for now, and Chris, let's hear from Sean Payton and Drew Brees on whatever the injury is to the quarterback.
We took a heavy shot in the first half. Came in as he came out in the second half, he felt it was really impacting him. So I'm not, specifically he'll get an MRI and X-ray. His back felt sore as he tried to throw. He just came up to me and said, "Hey, I don't feel like it's I'm capable of playing." And so quickly we made the switch.
I was not going to be able to be effective. It had nothing to do with pain. It was simply just what my body was going to be able to do or not be able to do.
Yeah, Drew was not happy that he was unable to finish the game. And to the extent that anyone out there thinks, he's not tough or he couldn't deal with it.
Baloney.
They weren't going to shoot it up. No, he can't. Whatever it is. That's why I think some people believe it's more than ribs, because Dr. Needle, as you like to call him, could make an appearance in the locker room and numb the rib area. There's something that's preventing or making it more difficult structurally to get his arm to do what it needs to do to throw the football accurately and with appropriate strength on a regular basis.
Come on. I mean, Drew Brees, they don't make him any tougher than Drew Brees. I mean, Sean Payton said 15 years of coaching the guy, I've never heard him say, "I can't go." So when he said that to Sean Payton was probably like, "Oh, okay." I mean, because that doesn't come out of his mouth. And you're right, Mike. It's, that's one of those things like you hurt your shoulder, this shoulder capsule, the ribs there. I don't care how much numbing you put. When you throw it, you could feel things aren't right. And for a quarterback, any injury in that rib, shoulder, man, when you have to raise your arm to throw it, and of course the torque that you create to throw the ball and have that flexion in your arm can create incredible pain. I've only pulled muscles in my ribs through my years of playing a quarterback and was like, whoa, I got to take a few days off from throwing football, let alone having it beat up to maybe the extent he has had it there. So we're going to see, like you said, this has been an issue. And the Saints this is where, we just talked about the Bucs where we're like, what day is it? The Saints are hard too. I mean, that wasn't great football by them yesterday. It was there to be had for the 49ers. I mean, it really was. The 49ers messed it up. There's no other way to say it. I mean, their special teams were horrible. They let up a long kick return when the Saints couldn't do anything on offense. Of course, the muff punts. They go for it on 4th and 1 in the middle of the field. Can't get that. The Saints were kind of sleepwalking, but the 49ers' mistakes kind of let them off the hook, and they found a way to win. But it's just the Saints are confusing that way. They're another team where I go, they got this potential to be the best team in the NFC, but they have these weeks where I just go, nah, they don't look great. I don't get it. And that's where they're frustrating to me.
And they're still holding on to first place in the NFC South by a game plus the tiebreaker over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They've got the Falcons this weekend. That is an intense rivalry. The Falcons have a week to get ready for it. The Falcons are better than their record would suggest. And here's the question. It's one thing to say, game day, when you've already got the plan involved, Taysom Hill already has his role for the game. It's one thing to say, if Drew gets injured, we're making Jameis Winston the quarterback because Taysom Hill is still going to do Taysom Hill things, and they've already planned it and prepared it and practiced it. If they know this week that Drew can't go, is Taysom Hill the quarterback, or is it Jameis Winston? And that's an important question because last year, when Drew Brees missed 5 games with a thumb injury, Teddy Bridgewater was the quarterback, but Teddy Bridgewater was always listed at number 2 last year over Taysom Hill. Hill was 3, Bridgewater was 2. This year, on the unofficial depth chart, and they always like to say it's unofficial because they don't want anyone to take it seriously, even though they create it and they put it on their website and they profit from all the clicks that people generate by going to see what the depth chart is. Taysom Hill is number 2 this year. Winston is number 3. So it really does make me wonder, if you have a whole week to get a game plan ready, you always want to put your best guys on the field. And all due respect to Jameis Winston, Taysom Hill's a better quarterback right now than Jameis Winston.
Yeah,
I think. Well, I don't know what you think, but I'd go with Taysom Hill over Jameis Winston.
That's a tough one. It is, because we've never seen Taysom Hill play a full game quarterback. I don't really know. I mean, the skill set is there to where I go, I'm with you, Mike. I go, it's special, some of the things he can do, but Jameis Winston, let's not forget, and I know we've heard this from coaches, in our NFL world, he does some special damn things too. Now, he's done some special dumb things as well as far as interceptions and that. But I don't know, Mike, where you go here. I would like to, what we saw last year too is when Teddy Bridgewater came in, it took the Taysom Hill part of the offense away too, because now he had to become the backup quarterback, and they were scared to let him run quarterback design runs or do things like that, to where, if Bridgewater got hurt, now we don't have another quarterback. So I would think they follow the same formula, letting Jameis Winston be the guy and he be the backup. But I don't know. I don't know what their thought will be here.
One more thing before we take a break, and this relates to Bridgewater, who was the backup last year and now is the starter in Carolina. They took him for an MRI last night on a right knee injury, not the knee that was devastated in 2016, but he took a low hit. It didn't look good. And usually the MRI is the next day. I thought it was odd that they did the MRI last night. And here's what's even more odd. Crickets regarding the results of the MRI.
Yeah, that's a little weird.
And I look at how Matt Rule has handled things so far. He understands the strategic value of silence. Like Christian McCaffrey, he's day-to-day, and then he misses the game this week. And after the game, Rule said he didn't have any update on Teddy Bridgewater. I think they understand to say as little as possible because, if they're going to be out there maybe trying to negotiate with some free agent quarterback, I don't know who's even available right now, but whatever move you're going to try to make, if no one knows how desperate you are to get another quarterback on the roster, then the negotiation goes more smoothly for your interest. So it just makes me wonder, the fact that we haven't heard all is well. We heard ahead of time they don't think it's any big deal. Okay, fine. Why are you doing the MRI tonight then? And why haven't we heard anything about the results of the MRI? So it's just one of those 20 years of doing this. You've seen everything multiple times over. This is one where I'm kind of like, something's going on.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.